what I noticed is Bo Nix had probably his throw of the day so far was on a skinny post, on time, on schedule. Devon Vele in a really, really good position. I don't know if you guys were able to see what happened on the defensive side of the ball, but it looked like Pat Surtain II was involved either in a really impressive PBU or just something. I heard applause, and unfortunately I was watching the Broncos offense. J.K. Dobbins looks really good. Tyler Bidet had a nice run. Jaleel McLaughlin, as we talked about before the break, looked good. But overall, I'd say it's just been a pretty good, even practice as it relates to the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. He did look. I think he probably was sacked on one of his play-action passes by Josh Sweat, the newly acquired outside linebacker from the Philadelphia Eagles that the Cardinals have picked up. Just an effort sack. Bo Nix stepped up in the second effort from Josh Sweat got him in the pocket. It doesn't look like the offensive line from the Broncos are getting beat by any stretch of the imagination. Felt like a bit of more of a coverage sack.
And it certainly felt like there were forced either reads or forced runs. Like R.J. Harvey, when he touched the ball, was not allowed to bounce outside the tackles.
Yeah.
Like he was running that thing through the middle as much as humanly possible, and I wonder if that is a direct reaction to what happened on Saturday.
Yeah, that's the hard part because there are some really good runs to be bounced. And the one of the number one schemes in the National Football League right now, duo, is a play that is a true downhill. The duo means it's two different sets of double teams. So there's a duo of combination blocks, which is double teams at the point of attack. You get vertical, you get downhill, and then a lot of times that ends up being a bounce read. It appeared that on a couple of the duo plays that were called by the Broncos in that period that you ended up seeing him just, hey, I'm going to put my head down, I'm going to turn my legs, and as a result, you got no yards. So it's like you touch the stove of over bouncing, and then it's like, hey, stay in your lane, keep it downhill. Now you overdo it, and then you start messing with the running back's instincts, and I don't like that.
But especially as a rookie, though, you do have to demonstrate the ability and the want to. You were talking about your experience with players in the past in terms of the game in a very vague sense of like you have to kind of want to get hit to play this game. You have to want as a running back to be inside the tackles and find a way to chew up 3, 4, 5 yards without bouncing to the outside and just using your wheels.
Frankly, you kind of need to be a sicko. And that's what this game is all about, right? Is when you talk about the sport that you play that game for 20-plus years like Brent Burns has, you're a sicko.
Sicko.
You're a sicko. That's the same thing, man. To be really good at this game, particularly if anything involved in the run game, whether it's a tight end that has to block, would be offensive lineman, you've got to be a guy that's just a mutant version of a human being as it relates to hitting other people or being hit. Recently, I had a player I coach, really good player. Basically just said, I don't like getting hit.
Can't play the game if you don't like it.
Yeah, and kid's not playing anymore.
No,
I didn't kick him off the team. It was self-selection. The process is like, I don't like getting hit or I don't like to deliver hits. I don't want to play the physical aspect of the game. There's no space in the game of football for that player unless you're a kicker or a punter. And I like when those guys like to hit you every once in a while too.
How do you toe the line of ruining a running back's instinct and active, like, positive traits? And the positive trait of R.J. Harvey is that he can get to the outside, and he can find a way to make a 0-yard rush into a 4 to 7-yard rush simply by getting outside the numbers. How do you toe the line between that and then forcing him to run the scheme? Like, when do you screw up a running back's intuition?
I think if you tell him you have to stay in between the guards, hell or high water. And it could be just a day of emphasis, but like today's not a day where you prove a point. You're competing against another NFL franchise. And so I don't know that that's going to be the case with a guy like R.J. Harvey, where we're not going to see him be able to uncork his ability to bounce and use his speed and get outside on the edge, because I did see that is a unique trait of him. What we just watched, we're back into an 11-on-11 period. Bo Nix with a dime and throws a touchdown to, I believe, is that Devon Vele again? Devon Vele's having himself a day. This is great development for the Broncos.
Pushed out of bounds around the 6-yard line, but was wide open. Beautiful route from Vele. Nix hits him in stride, and that was shortly after finding Marvin Mims on a quick sideline route that was probably about a 12 to a 15-yard reception. Again, depth is difficult from where we're sitting here, but those are my best guesses here. Second 11-11 on 11 period, very clearly more pass-focused.
Yeah, this is team pass, so I can't see the sticks. I don't think it's a third down team pass, but probably second and long. Yeah, that's what I see on both sides is second and 10. So more of your passing downs, your pass situations. That last snap, the touchdown, 60-yard at least, might have been caught at the 5-yard line by Devon Vele. That was my favorite rep of the 2025 campaign thus far for Bo Nix. Two things happened on that rep. Number one, to the field, Bo Nix used the hard count and ended up getting the blitzing linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals to jump off sides. Snaps it on the second count. He knows he has a free play. Because it was a blitz look, Bo Nix knew that they are compromised in their seams. So you had 4 verticals being run right there.
Right
Bo
before
Nix stares down the field seam, which I believe was Evan Ingram, and then immediately came back to his boundary seam, which was Devon Vele, and he moved that safety with his eyes. That was a fantastic rep of football from Bo Nix. Frankly, the best snap of this training camp from what we've been able to see.
Right before he draws the blitzing linebacker offside with the hard count, he changes the play at the line of scrimmage as well.
Absolutely.
So it's something they walked up, he saw, changes of play, and I wonder if they saw that right before and they knew it was going to happen.
Hey, if we get that pressure look, and it's a Sam Fire, three fire zone, then we're doing this, and that's running. Oh, that's a beautiful
The first team
ball.
offense is firing on all cylinders right now.
That was probably Bo's throw of the camp. Last one was Bo's rep of the camp, mental rep and a great throw. That was a wide side comeback route to Troy Franklin, on time, accurate. Ball jumped immediately out of his hands. This is for the Denver Broncos, who've been concerned about Bo Nix and where he's at headspace-wise after what's been a fairly mundane training camp, we'll call it. Today has been fantastic so far.
Yeah, that was sensational. Troy Franklin on the most recent reception there. The ones are now out. Jarrett Stidham quarterbacking with the 2s, finds a reception for very little gain, if any at all, to who's that? Blake Watson on the right-hand side.
28, it was Bidet.
Tyler Bidet on the right-hand side.
Looks a little banged up. Something's bothering him.
Yeah, this has to be a really good feel for the first-team offense. Sean Payton has to be breathing a sigh of relief, likely being able to answer questions now after practice of, like, is this what you expected? Is this the reason why you think they could be like the 2009 or the 2011 Saints team?
And what we're watching right now, so 2 fields are playing out. The one defense for the Denver Broncos, you watch them versus in team pass versus the one offense for the Cardinals. And all I can say, I was watching intently on Bo Nix because that's the storyline today, right? We know what we have as Broncos fans.
The defense could look terrible today, and I wouldn't give a damn.
I'll say this. One field with the Broncos offense, you felt the football getting pushed vertically down the field and making significant gains. The other field with the one defense of the Denver Broncos, it felt like everything was bottled up. There were very few significant gains. If anything, it was 4 or 5 yard check down throws, quick slants, nothing of any type of consequence.
Now, we've been very concerned, I apologize, based off of last year's inability to run the football consistently and moving into this season where you have to kind of kill the clock a little bit with what's going to be a number 1, number 2, or number 3 defense, hopefully this year in 2025. Does it concern you that the team run period wasn't as dynamic as the team pass period, or is it always going to feel that way because you're not going to get those types of chunk plays that we just watched from Vele and from Franklin and from Sherfield?
Yeah, I think that a day like today, it's not that you're just scheming up shot plays down the field. You're letting Bo Nix do what Bo Nix does incredibly well, which is A, get into the right play versus different defensive looks, and then B, operate within the structure of the offense to then create explosive plays by exposing potential schematic deficiencies of a particular defensive call. So that's how you can create Massive plays. The touchdown pass to Marvin Mims backed up against the Cleveland Browns. That wasn't a designed 70-yard throw. That ball was completed, 18 to 22 yards down the line of scrimmage, but you saw that there was a split safety look, and you threw it on time. You diagnosed the defense, and you threw the ball with tremendous accuracy underneath, and then Marvin Mims is able to do the rest. We just saw that in real time again with Devon Vele, just a different look. It was a blitz look versus a single high safety, and Bo Nix did a really good job of chinning that single high safety to move him off his space. So I like the Broncos' ability to not necessarily try to dial up chunk plays, but to just take the chunk plays as they come.
Nix is back out onto the field. R.J. Harvey taking a couple of reps on handoffs through the middle of the zone. Coach.
Trey McBride again, big play against the starting defense for the Denver Broncos. And trying to think who that defensive back was. It looks like maybe Brandon Jones that was in coverage as safety. Looks like number 22.
You saw Bo take a big step forward in his joint practice with Green Bay last year. What are the differences that you're seeing so far? And it's happening, actively right in front of us. What are the differences between Bo in that practice last year and what we've seen through, let's call it, 12 live reps against Arizona so far?
Command. There he is again. Marvin Mims down the field. Huge play. Command. He doesn't look like a rookie that is on the plus side of his development, which is what he looked like last year in Green Bay. Today, in the team pass period that we're watching right before our very eyes, Bo Nix looks like a player that is in complete control of the offense that he is tasked with leading. That's what he looks like. The cadence, the use of cadence, drawing the defense off sides in two of his 10 reps that we've had in this period so far. Using the cadence as a weapon to gather information, as we see Bo right now, Mike IDing an inside linebacker there, and Mack Wilson Sr. And let's see if Mack Wilson ends up dropping out in coverage, but Bo knows potentially where his deficiency is. Just Bo looks like a player right now that is in command of what he is doing.
And he doesn't end up getting a positive reception there. He uses his feet, probably gets 2 or 3 yards, but realizes that when he gets flushed out of the pocket, it's okay to use his instincts, to use his feet, and turn a play that he doesn't want to force into an incompletion into something that can help move the sticks 2 or 3 plays down the road. I wonder if a younger version of Bo Nix would try to have forced a pass back across the field, trying to get that 7, 8, 9-yard reception that he's been used to over the last 10 reps. I'm okay with seeing him use his feet in 11 on 11.
Yeah, for sure. And it's pocket manipulation. It's finding the soft spots in the defense. You know what I've just noticed? So Cortland Sutton just went in kind of hard for a dig throw. Looks a little bit – he's walking a little gingerly. The $92 million man, as there was a very unintentional collision between a Cardinals secondary player really working with the twos. Jarrett Stidham out there.
That was Max Melton, the second-year corner out of Rutgers.
He is not a backup. That is a starting corner for the Cardinals. But you don't feel that either one of these teams is going to try to stir up the pot in this practice. Feels like two teams that are really about their effort and their work. Woo! Jerwan Newton.
That's offensive PI, buddy.
It's not, because there's NFL officials out here.
I don't know how they don't throw a flag there.
They didn't call it.
He did a bench press off the corner's back.
Let's not forget, what kind of league is this, Raj? What sells TV revenue?
It was a beautiful throw.
Offensive football.
Sam Ehlinger again. Where's Scotty Hastings when you need him? Scotty's got to be juiced up about that throw from Sam Ehlinger.
That was a great throw, and gave Jerwan Newton, the undrafted free agent rookie out of Toledo, an opportunity to go climb the ladder, make a big play down the field.
If Broncos wide receivers are allowed to do bench presses off of corners' backs, I'm okay with it. I'll take it. But if I'm in stripes, man, I'm tossing the flag there. There should have been laundry on the field.
Ooh, nice catch.
That's my guy.
Joaquin Davis.
He's making the team.
Number 80.
Don't let him go away. Don't let someone snag him up, and then 3 years later, he's got some 4-reception, 70-yard touchdown game against the Broncos, and they lose because of him. I love him. I love number 80, Joaquin Davis.